It was good. It felt great. The ending was fun.
So you kind of...
That was the longest confetti cannon stuff I've ever seen in my life. Because they came in early and I was like, oh shit, they're going to run out. And they just kept on going. Yeah, monstrous. Brilliant.
So you're kind of on tour, but you're about to start a major UK tour, is that right?
I know I'm on tour. As far as whether the gig is small or big, to me it's the same deal. So I'm on proper tour. I'm doing smaller venues though right now, and then I'm going to do bigger venues in May, and then even bigger ones after that. So it's fun. It's full steam ahead now.
What do you love most about touring? What's your favourite part?
It's bringing the whole kind of the record to life, you know, as a body of work, and really kind of making it feel like a show. I think any good show, no matter what it is, if it's, you know, a rock show, a pop show, whatever the hell, you know, it's got to have a kind of an ebb and flow to it. And I can kind of have a lot of fun with what I do live because my music is conducive to that. So we've got silly people dressed up as characters and confetti cannons and the biggest glitter balls in Europe, and it's fun and I have a great time. The best part of it is though that I just kind of like to communicate my music and my songs and my take on things directly to people who listen to my music. So that's the most rewarding bit of it. There's no one in between. There's no hi-fi in between.
Are you a showman on stage, would you say?
Am I a showman? Am I a show-off? Yeah. It's funny because people go, oh, do you always want to be a pop star? And I'm like, no, never wanted to be. I still don't. It's weird because in my personal life, like in my life sitting on the couch, like doing nothing, I really don't want anything. Yeah, I kind of hate everything that's happening, but as soon as I get on stage, I want to have as big a crowd as I possibly can, and I want to kind of pull as many tricks as I possibly can in every way, whether it's vocally or musically or just kind of like, you know, gimmick-wise with confetti cannons that last for about 20 minutes. So I am a bit of a show-off. I hate that word showman. That makes me think of some kind of, you know, scary Bobby Darin has-been moment in Las Vegas. So I hate that. Or just fat Elvis.
Not necessarily. Showman can be good. What can people expect from Mika show if you haven't been before?
It's all about the music at the end of the day. It's really all about the music, and the record really comes to life live. I had a hard time translating it though. I had to find the right band. I had to find a guitarist that could sing high enough to back me up, which I managed to do. Somewhere in the middle of Scotland, 2 days before we actually were supposed to start rehearsals, I'd managed to find my guitarist, Martin. But, you know, because the record sounds so big, I needed to kind of be able to pull that off live, and I really think it works now. Things sound even bigger and even louder and a little bit more aggressive, a little bit faster. And it's more about me, and it's more about just kind of my take on things and my communication of the songs, which at the end of the day is really the fun part, you know? Because I write sitting alone at the piano, and it's kind of going right back to the way that I write. When I write, I kind of get myself up into a frenzy, and I just kind of go for it at the piano. And that's exactly what I do when I play live. It's just there's a few more people watching.
What kind of responses have you been getting from the audience?
It's been really good. The response has been really good. Been very lucky.
Do you have obsessive fans, and can you tell us any crazy fan stories?
We've got some super fans. I don't like calling them obsessive fans. But we have some super fans. A lot of people who come dressed up as characters from the record. We had a whole row of gangsters in the show tonight. I don't know if you saw them. They were wearing little white shirts and black hats. A lot of people asking for my shoes. I don't know why. My shoes skank. But yeah, we've got lots of very strange fans.
So you've had amazing success.
They're brilliant though. I like them. I like the weirder the better. Bring it on.
You've had amazing success on the internet and using the internet. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how you approached that and how that's kind of worked for you?
The internet's been really important. I mean, in a way I broke through the internet, but I also managed to break myself live as well. I went on tour. I did a whole regional UK tour without having put out a proper single. Most artists don't really get the luxury of doing that, but people were showing up to those shows, and some of them were completely sold out simply because of, you know, the word was spreading online and online communities and through my website as well. So I've really benefited from that. I was born, you know, I had a show set up. My first ever show in London was set up at the Borderline. It was a couple of months ago, and we had just put the tickets on sale. We weren't really sure because it was early days, and then a blog called Pop Bitch wrote out a big, you know, newsletter about me, and within 2 days, the whole show had completely sold out. So it just shows the actual power of some of these blogs. Millions of people get that every day, and so I've really benefited from that. I call it cowboy media, though, because online media can kind of praise you one day and then they can shoot you in the ass the next day as soon as they want to, and they get away with everything. But that's why they're good, and that's why people trust it. Well, some.
Great. How important do you think it is, the internet, for artists in kind of today's world? Because obviously there's MySpace, and there's MSN, which is what this is for, and MSN are elaborating on their kind of musical output and things.
I think the internet is more important than it ever has been, and I know that sounds stupid because everyone goes, yeah, duh, but it really is, because people ask me in interviews, people try and ask me about downloading, and they're like, so what do you think about downloading? And it's always, they think it's a trick question, because if you say, oh, I'm anti-downloading, then you look like some kind of corporate suck up, and then if you say I'm really for it, then it looks like you're promoting online stealing. I think that question is completely irrelevant now, because our connections are so good, and there's so many services out there that enable you to stream music, and you can hear entire songs from beginning to end for free. And all you have to do is just kind of click on a link. So people can read about me in a blog, click on my name, and then they've got 3 songs they can listen to in their entirety. That's really amazing. That's really powerful. I mean, I now have notched up about over 2 million plays on my MySpace page, and that's in the matter of months. That's 2 million people who were able to discover my music through, just streaming it.